What's going on, guys? Boss6 here, back to another video, and today I'm finally here giving you my first album review of 2025. Hooray me! In today's video, I'm going to be discussing the newest offering from The Halo Effect, March of the Unheard. This album comes out on the 10th of January of 2025 on Nuclear Blast Records. This is their second studio album overall, and this band formed in 2019 in Gothenburg, Sweden, of course. And this is mainly consisting of a supergroup that consists of former members of In Flames. And this one was an album I was anticipating, considering that I have heard some really damn good stuff. Excuse me, from their first album, Days of the Lost, that came out in 2022, that I didn't check out at that time. But I was hearing a lot of hype from this band too, and as I pull up my notes here, um, yeah, I was intrigued to see how this band would be going forward. Considering again, I heard that their first album was really damn good. So yeah, first review of 2025 will be done, will be good. Let's find out. So kick off with the opening track, "Inspired to Deceive." Great melodic intro, very hooky. The riffs are fantastic on this song, and I really love the drum work in particular as well. It's just very kind of simple but effective in terms of the drumming. But what really drives the song are the riffs, and you'll be hearing me say that throughout the entire album because the guitarist Jasper, I think his name is. He's a or Jesper. I can't. I'm not really good at my Sweden, unfortunately. Hell of a guitarist again, the former guitarist of In Flames. Um, so that's really cool. And really quick before I continue, in case you guys notice the quality looks a little bit different, it's because I'm actually recording on my laptop right now due to um just to see how it works out. Because if it doesn't work out, I'll just go back to my phone. But yeah, and I do apologize if the lighting's pretty shitty. I've always had shitty lighting, so yeah, but that little disclaimer right there. So yeah, Conspire to Deceive, really damn good track, really good opening track. Then we get to, I believe it was the first single, Detonate. Really get some classic In Flames, more so Horrible Clayman. A little bit of the Jester's Race thrown in there too, but mainly Horrible and Clayman. Just killer riffs, just driving, pummeling guitar work and drum work throughout. Vocals were really nice. And yeah, that's all I really need to say about that song in particular. Then we get to the third track, Our Channel to Darkness. A beautiful acoustic intro, very At the Gates inspired, more so Slaughter of the Soul, but kind of more towards their modern output, like At War with Reality and The Nightmare Being in particular. Those songs in particular, I really love or those albums in particular, I should say. I really love the guitar playing back and forth. It's just so damn good. Just love that song in particular. It's one of my favorite tracks on the album. Then we get to Cruel Perception, which is maybe my favorite track on this album, or on this album, might be, it depends. But very melodic, it's very epic sounding, it's very dynamic and bombastic. It sounds like you, I don't know, like going to war in a way, with just how like triumphant it's sounding. But it's a really damn good song. I really love the choruses in particular. The vocalist on this album is really damn good. I really love the vocals because he has like the nice melodic deliveries, but he also has that very gruff melodic death metal tone to him. And yeah, I just really like that song. Then we get the track 5, What We Become. Very groove laden. Probably the catchiest track on the entire album, which is kind of funny considering that most of the album is pretty catchy. um, but yeah, it's very groove laden. Kind of has a little bit of a Dark Tranquility vibe, and you'll be hearing me say that throughout the entire album. I get a little bit of soil work thrown in there too. That's another Gothenburg band. Um, and yeah, just love that song. Very, again, it's groove laden, it's catchy, but it doesn't sound derivative, and it doesn't sound like it just blends in the pack. which I really, really, really do like. Then we get into the lone. Well, I wouldn't say lone. It's a one of two instrumentals actually. This Curse of Silence. It really is a nice build up to the title track, which sometimes I can complain with that, but other times I really don't, considering that as long as you have a build up to a track that leads into the track that's going to be really damn good, then I won't complain. And this one I really don't complain all that much, even though it might lead towards a bit of a negative that I have with the album. But very nice build up. Again, I really love kind of the more choir involved, and that's really good. Then we get to the said title track, full on Dark Tranquility vibes. I get a lot of like character and to a lesser extent fiction vibes on this song in particular. But yeah, the title track, fucking banger. Love that track in particular. Then we get into Forever Astray, and this one might be one of the more different sounding songs in the entire album, considering that the riffs really remind me of Amon Amarth in a way. And some people might be a little bit questionable with that, but Amon Amarth musically are just melodic death metal. They just have that Viking theme to it. They're not Viking metal, they're melodic death metal. Because Viking metal is not really a genre, if you ask me, but that's a topic for a different day. Yeah, very monomorphic sounding, and the really nice cleans. The clean vocals is the only thing that pops up on the song in particular. They never pop up on the any other tracks, and the cleans I really do like. I fairly enjoyed the cleans. Track 9, Between Directions, that will lead a little bit towards the negative that I have with this album. So I'll get to that when I get to that. But moving on to track 10, A Death That Becomes Us. Killer riffs, very heavy riff um, throughout the song. Really damn good drum work. Again, the vocals are very nice. The bass work kind of pops up here and there, and I will kind of leave a little bit towards of a nitpick that I have. But yeah, very killer riffs throughout. And again, one of the more riff driven songs of the entire album. Then we have track 11, The Burning Point. Again, very At the Gates inspired. Kind of a little bit of a To Drink from the Night itself in a way, but more so towards that Slaughter of the Soul sound. Then we get to the final track, Coda, which is a full on instrumental that is, has acoustic guitars, has violins that I think is really nice. Kind of have a more of an operatic kind of veneer to it. And I think it's a very pretty instrumental, I will say, in the outset of things. So yeah, really love the ending track right there. Now, into the negatives I do have with this album. The one negative that I do have is that you could have cut a couple songs off the album and it really wouldn't hurt in a way. Like, for example, the song that I just mentioned, Between Directions. That one really didn't flow with me. I didn't really gel with that song in particular. I thought it was just kind of there in the outset of things. And while I did like the little bit of ebbs and flows throughout, I will say that would kind of lead to my second negative. The songs could have differentiated just a little bit because it kind of got a little predictable in some cases, but it didn't sound, again, it didn't sound derivative. It didn't sound, stock at all. These are very damn good songs. I really like the riffs on this album, but they could have been a little bit different in the outset of things, if you ask me personally. Number 3, the bass. I felt like the bass could have popped up a little bit more in this album. It kind of just sounds non-existent to me. You hear it here and there, but it's not full fledged. And number 4, this just might be a me thing, but I felt like production could have been was just a little overproduced, just a tad overproduced. But it didn't bother me at all. I thought the production was still very good. It was a very clean sounding. The vocals sounded very nice. The guitar sounded very nice. Drums sounded pretty solid. Again, I would like that bass to pop up just a little bit more, if you ask me. But all in all, this was a really damn good album. I'm going to give this 4 stars. I thought this was a killer album. Great way to start off 2025. And yeah, so far the best album I've heard of the year by default. So yeah, that is my thoughts on the Halo Effects March of the Unheard. So, folks, what did you guys think about this album? Let me know in the comment section below. Make sure you guys leave a like, leave a comment, hit that big red subscribe button, and tap the bell so when I upload, you guys will be notified. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Most importantly, join the herd. Talk guys next video. Peace out.